Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for Monday, the 5th of July, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, poor airlift causing major worries for local exporters. Residents at Cafe St. Andrew clamoring for removal of an abandoned truck, which has been labeled as a death trap for children. Carriacou garners attention with the discovery of clay pots believed to be linked to indigenous people. Surge in poultry sector as displaced employees try to supplement earning in a post-COVID era. GBN retracts story alluding to Prime Minister granting permission to Boucher shop owner. And tonight we bring the untold story of a St. Andrew entrepreneur who is making a name for himself through handbag production. And around the globe, Hurricane Elsa claims 3 lives. GBN reviews the impact and looks ahead to lessons learned on Beyond the Headlines tonight. Coming up in sports, Kirani James holds off competitors to win Diamond League 400-meter race. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The decline in airline arrivals due to COVID-19 is hitting local exporters where it hurts. The lack of freight for exporters is taking a toll on their pockets. Agricultural sector representative in the Senate, Roderick St. Clair, says as recently as this past weekend, 2 exporters sustained losses while seeking to export soursop and callaloo. Jara Joseph reports.
A lack of freight continues to be a major stumbling block for exporters who, according to Senator Roderick St. Clair, have encountered challenges with the airlines. For different technical issues as reported, they were unable to come, then they would come, and then the flight change, and so almost 4 days. So by the time they really arrive, you literally have to buy new produce all over again if you have money to ship. The senator says the reduction in flights for American Airlines and Amerijet, plus the size of the planes, are hindering factors which have cost the exporters significantly. Senator St. Clair says the fisheries sector has also lost a considerable amount of money despite the ability to freeze the fish caught for export. We've been speaking to one of the local agents here who we are exploring the opportunity of a charter. Of course, it would come at a higher price, but at least we might find a tripartite way to address this so that at least farmers could be able to sell the product, exporters could export, and the country could bring in monies. He notes that hundreds of Grenadians are directly involved in the export process, and an estimated $600,000 per week are circulated to farmers, fishers, and export employees. Minister for Agriculture Yolambine Hosford tells GBN that they have been meeting with the different stakeholders, such as the LF Committee, in a bid to resolve the issue. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A death trap. That is what residents of Cafe St. Andrew are calling an abandoned truck in the area. The vehicle is used as a playground by children in the area. GBN's Rena Pear-Thomas has been investigating this issue and sent us this dispatch.
Residents of Cafe St. Andrew are concerned about the safety of their children who use an abandoned truck as a playground. The truck was reportedly placed there several years ago by a member of the community. However, despite multiple complaints to the owner and calls for someone in authority to step in, the dilapidated vehicle has not been moved. Resident Martin Johnson is concerned that children could get hurt.
As you have seen this truck, it's really dilapidated and is an imminent threat to the lives of the young children, especially the school kids who are playing there. It's about time for this truck to be moved here. And what drives my passion about this, and it stops me the most, the children are young children, somebody need to protect them. Now it's for us, the adults, to protect the children. And this truck has to be moved because it's going to kill somebody.
Johnson told GBN that he has spoken with the truck owner, who indicated that he would have the vehicle removed. But so far, he has not seen any attempt.
I brought it to the owner's attention and plead with him that the kids would be killed with this truck, posing a danger to their lives because they are playing on that truck from school. He said that he would move the truck. I gave him some time. The truck has not been moved. It's still here, as you can see.
Other community members are also uneasy about the situation and recall incidents that they believe could have been avoided.
Sometimes children go to school and rain coming, they shelter underneath there. So it's dangerous because this house is up.
My daughter will be up here sometime, and when she places her vehicle in the yard, to get out is very hard. Now I won't say hard, but dangerous because you cannot see what is coming, you know.
No one knows how sturdy this thing is there, and it could fall on one of the children in the area and damage them. The children are passing here every day, so that's my main concern, is for the children of the community. One time it was like an accident with a bike man coming up and a vehicle going down. So he coming around the area there so fast, it's like, I don't know if he didn't have brakes or anything, but he banged to the side of the truck there.
Mr. Johnson said he went as far as to report the issue to the police, but that too seemed futile.
I went to the police station on the 27th of May. I again went there on the June 7th, and I went back on June 24th. And at that time, I recognized that they are not doing anything to move this threat to the lives of the young people. I went as far as telling them it's no business of mine coming back to the police station because it seems that they lack the caring for the kids who might be killed in that truck right here.
GBN called the Grenville police station. An officer there acknowledged that a report was made, but he did not disclose any other information. We also sought a comment from the owner of the truck, Mr. Aaron Thomas. He declined our request for an on-camera interview. However, he indicated to the news team that he is aware of the situation and that he is exploring ways of removing the vehicle. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Grenada has largely returned to normalcy following the impact of what was Tropical Storm Elsa, which of course later was Hurricane Elsa. It later developed into the hurricane and dealt a severe blow to other Caribbean islands. As we hear from Krista Campbell, it's one thing to sustain damage to your home, but for several individuals across the region, the cost of Hurricane Elsa's destruction runs far deeper.
And is that
Elsa swept away 2 cars and the vegetable stalls in Grenada at stormwatch level. She pounded several other Caribbean islands. 4 days later, some Bajans still do not have electricity as Elsa reaps havoc throughout the country. Some of those affected recounted their experience with the press.
Just as I lie down, it was just whoops! I sprang up, the whole thing gone flying. The rain was falling, we had nowhere to shelter. all we could do is hit to the front door and park there because 3 quarter come off and the next quarter was just keep flapping all the time. So we were setting if it's anything, we go outside, but yet you're scared to go out because the wind was that heavy.
St. Vincent and St. Lucia also took a pounding. Over in St. Lucia, Prime Minister Alan Chastanet confirmed the death of 1 man following the passage of Tropical Storm Elsa, and in the Dominican Republic, 2 people died on Saturday when walls collapsed in high winds. Meanwhile, Cubans are bracing for Elsa's arrival, which is forecast to bring heavy rain to central parts of the island. Tonight on Beyond the Headlines, we will hear from the St. Lucian Prime Minister, officials at the Caribbean Disaster Management Agency, and journalists from our sister stations in the region. We relive the experience, examine lessons learned, and map strategies for the future. Join us on Beyond the Headlines from 8:35 p.m. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
And of course, you've heard it tonight on GBN's Beyond the Headlines. There will be a review of the impact of Hurricane Elsa and how to try to learn any lessons from the experiences here and our neighboring territories. In our nightly news on June 23rd, 2021, the GBN aired a news story touching concerning a land dispute at Bushejou St. George, in which a resident stated that she was granted permission by the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, to occupy the property. The Prime Minister, through his legal counsel, has since written to the GBN advising that the said statement is completely untrue and false. The GBN erred by failing to contact the Prime Minister for veracity of the claim and sincerely apologizes to the Prime Minister and to the public for this misstep and assures that GBN and its employees were in no way intending to cause harm to the Prime Minister's reputation. In addition, GBN recognizes that this statement can cause harm to the reputation and character of the Prime Minister. As such, GBN completely retracts the said statement. This is GBN's News at 7. Coming up, struggling to cope amidst a pandemic, a wife's need for a bag became the bright spot for their now thriving small business. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Now is the time to treat yourself to a new Samsung A7 tablet for free. You heard me, free. Simply add your postpaid mobile plan to your new or existing all-in or all-in plus bundle and get a free Samsung A7 tablet. Now that's a real treat. So sign up today and add your postpaid plan to your home services to get your free tablet. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
The Children and Adolescents Ministries of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists presents Faith is the Victory Gospel Series. Get ready to be blessed by dynamic young preachers. This life-changing gospel series begins on Sunday, 4th July 2021 and continues nightly at 7 p.m. This series will be streamed on Mission Live GND via YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe now. There will be good gospel singing, prayers, special features, and powerful preaching. Come hear interesting topics such as faith as a mustard seed, the shield of faith versus the fiery darts, and the most powerful secret weapon. Above all, God will be there through the Holy Spirit, offering the free gifts of salvation. Come one, come all, and hear children on a mission. It will be awesome and amazing.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. We are open. NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters.
Come, we are excited to serve you.
NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The COVID-19 virus has wreaked havoc on societies worldwide, but it has also presented opportunities. Here in Grenada, several people have capitalized on business breaks. In tonight's Untold Story, Rena Pear Thomas revisits a St. Andrew farmer who augmented his earnings when COVID-19 impacted his farming business.
They are tucked away in the nooks and crannies of Grenada, waiting to be told. GBN digs deep, uncovers the untold stories. We are GBN, covering Grenada's untold stories.
Calvin Cameron is a young entrepreneur in the parish of St. Andrew that has a unique brand called Kalu. Cameron will be telling us all about his brand and how this idea came to play.
Well, the idea came about not really from me, but from my wife. During the pandemic, I was home, working, but things got slow, so I was home. and looking for something to do because to sustain my family. She wanted a bag. I made the bag for her, and when she go to work, people tell her they like the bag and stuff. She posted it up on Facebook, and people started to message her, asking about the bag and if she was making it. And from there, the idea started.
The 32-year-old farmer said he was not a professional tailor, but with his wife's encouragement and the help of social media sites, he developed ideas to improve his brand.
I started off making them without the lining and without zip, but then I say I have to improve on it. So I started to make the zip, I started to put the lining, and I got a stamper and I started to brand it. I got the normal size. The bags, and then those, we call them clutch. That's just a smaller purse, a handbag, you shove it in your wrist. Yeah, so that's it. And you have small one, I make a little bigger. As I say, I give people the choice. If they want it a little bigger, a little wider, a little smaller or normal, then you tell me and I make it to suit.
As he registered growth, he started looking for ways to put a unique mark on his product. He told the story of how the name Carlo came to play.
Carlo is my nickname. My name is Calvin, but most people know me by Carlo. I was searching for an idea, and one of my friends, she had a program and she wanted to give out stuff. And I gave her the bag, and then she told me Carlo's design. So just by saying Carlo's design, it kind of clicked. So I said, all right, everybody know me by Carlo. I will just brand it as Carlo.
Calvin manufactures the bags at home and provides a delivery service. He has a big dream.
I can say I'm stopping at this position because I want to go bigger and better. So I want to, instead of sewing on the bags, I want to get the rings so I could clip it, hook it, make it better. So I still have room for improvement. I still want to make the product a better product. My dream is to have a business for myself, do something for myself. So I want to reach a certain, in a way that I could even employ people to work with me,
With all the negatives associated with COVID-19, we are happy to share Cameron's untold story. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Absolutely love it. Congratulations, Carlo. Moving ahead, 2 Carriacou residents think they have unearthed treasures which date back to the island's indigenous people. Each layer of an excavation has a story through time. This statement according to archaeologist Mike Carson. So the question is, what could the story of the discovery made in Carriacou be? Krista Campbell gives us the details in this intriguing story.
This morning we were called by a sea bather in this area, one who came to have his Sunday morning swim. You probably know him as Short Chris, and he made a very, very important discovery, and you see they're working very, very hard. So this is what they digged up so far.
That was the voice of a storyteller bringing us up to speed on this peculiar discovery on the sister isle of Carriacou. This peculiar discovery was made on a beach to the south of the island. The discoverers believe their findings to be clay pots that were fashioned by the island's first inhabitants, the indigenous people.
This looks like hype stuff, the pottery that they did. Let's see, what's your take on it?
It is, as Chrislyn rightfully said, it's our history, our heritage that's here.
Yes.
So we're going to try our best to see people, what the archaeology says, unearth them in good condition.
Coastal erosion was among the many factors ascribed to the resurfacing of their discovery.
We know that there has been a lot of coastal erosion, so I guess that's the reason why we're seeing them now.
Could this discovery be considered an artifact? Well, according to experts, an artifact is an object made by a person. The term can also be used to refer to the remains of an object, such as a shard of broken pottery or glassware. Associate Professor of Archaeology at the University of Guam, Dr. Mike Carson explains.
For an archaeological artifact made by a person, at least one characteristic of the object can be clarified as the result of human action that could not have happened through any non-human agency. Examples could include compound products of pottery made through a series of actions in a deliberate sequence.
It has been documented that artifacts are immensely useful to archaeologists. These scholars utilize artifacts excavated from places like Petite Tasse Beach to learn more about the past. The discoverers in Carriacou safely stored the objects back into the water and contacted the relevant authorities who they say will carry out further investigations. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
Very interesting indeed. Moving ahead, poultry production seems to have been a saving grace for some people who have been trying to weather the economic storm created by COVID-19. The Poultry Association has registered an increase in membership as more people get involved in the sector. President of the association, Jason Phillips, says many have been able to use the poultry industry as a means of supplementing their incomes. Jared Joseph reports.
The poultry sector has been able to maintain economic stability despite the challenges brought about by COVID-19. President of the association, Jason Phillips, says they have not only weathered the storm, but they have also experienced an increase in membership.
Well, over the course of the past 12 months, we have seen an influx of new individuals who operate from different sides in terms of their production capacity. We have seen an increase, and to date, we've seen more than 120 new individuals who have surfaced just alone during the pandemic period.
Philip is happy to welcome the new members and is forecasting further growth.
To date, we're seeing more than 550 farmers nationwide, which includes Carriacou and Petite Martinique, who are actively farming to date. And so that means that the economy across the nation is being positively affected because we have farmers who are not just farming themselves, but they're also employing individuals. They're also buying and selling and trading in their communities and in their respective villages.
At the height of the pandemic, the association ensured poultry farmers had an adequate supply of feed via an emergency supply, while also maintaining the delivery of day-old chicks from Barbados.
I must say that over the course of the past 12 months, we have significantly evolved so that our measures in terms of how we deal with catastrophes, how we deal with disasters, and how we maintain our infrastructure.
During the past year, the association engaged in capacity building exercises and sought to enhance its relationship with stakeholders. I am Jared Joseph for GBN News.
One of Grenada's architectural designs has grabbed the attention of many on social media. The futuristic design by Brian Bullen highlighted the carnage if restored, placing the island's public library in the spotlight. Rena Pear-Thomas has more.
Despite COVID-19 restrictions, Grenada was once again able to be part of an art exhibition in Italy displaying various architectural designs, among others, of Grenadians. This year, a particular piece hit the social media platform with 10,000 views and many shares just in the first few days, mostly from within Grenada and its diaspora. The piece showcased the work of our very own Brian Bullen's Carnage Restoration Project. It depicts what the carnage could look like if restored, with many responses indicating hopes that the restoration of the public library would be the first step in the revitalization project. Susan Mains, Grenada's commissioner of the pavilion of the art exhibit, said the rendition of Bullen's architectural plans goes very well with the overarching theme of the exhibit.
Since 2015, Grenada has been participating in this art exhibition in Venice, Italy, that is the most prestigious in the world. It's like the Olympics for sports, for art. This is it. This is the ultimate. And so this year, Grenada is featuring the architect who designed the Grenada House of Parliament. Our architect, Brian Bullen, wanted to show the possibility of what it would look like if the Carrainage was revitalized. The most interesting thing was that when we put up his plan for the revitalization of the Carrainage, the library was included. And we got so many responses that said, I hope the library is the first step.
Mains is now making a further call for the general public, whether Grenadian or not, to share the old picture of the Carrainage when the library was in operation. The picture will be placed alongside the Brian Bullen's design as an additional display at the exhibition.
So we put out a call to say, okay, send us your memories, a picture, an old picture, a handwritten note, a text, something that reminds you of that time when maybe you as a child or as a young person remember the library. Then we will put it all together in a big printed collage, and we will put that up in the pavilion in Venice. Our website is grenadavenice.org, and the email is grenadavenice@gmail.com.
The picture will also be posted onto a special page on the grenadavenice.org website, so those who cannot visit in Venice can still be moved by our most precious memories. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
The library was so key to socializing when I went to school, so it will be good to see it back. Still ahead, National Swim Week targets adults and government welcomes e-litigation into the judicial system. This is News at 7.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. Plumbing fixtures, cutting and grinding discs, PVC glue, drywall screws, and power saw blades. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us. Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Hey, look. With them coconuts, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class codes?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
I'll have the spicy rum.
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Now is the time to treat yourself to a new Samsung A7 tablet for free. You heard me, free. Simply add your postpaid mobile plan to your new or existing all-in or all-in plus bundle and get a free Samsung A7 tablet. Now that's a real treat. So sign up today and add your postpaid plan to your home services to get your free tablet. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
National Swim Week 2021 begins in 1 week, this time targeting adults. Let's get more.
First time round, Get Grenada Swimming had a goal of reaching 8,000 people in 5 years. Today, they have reached and surpassed that target. This time, they are hoping to get at least 2,000 Grenadians swimming at the end of each year. Deb Eastwood is the director of Get Grenada Swimming.
We have a swim week starting next Monday, July 12th. And we're inviting everyone out, everyone from 5 years old. We've lowered the age a little bit. So from 5 years old up to whatever on the other end. We have 80-year-olds that have come with us, and so we're very happy to have them come out. And this year is a little different because we're really focusing on adults. The children, of course, the children can come, but we want the adults to come and to bring their children, and they put their children in a different lesson, and then they go in an adult lesson.
Swim Week begins on July 12th to the 16th at 14 locations island-wide. Sandals Grenada is also on board, assisting with funding for the event. Eastwood strikes the importance of adults knowing how to swim.
And I think it's important if the adults are bringing their kids to the beach that they know how to swim too, that they know how to go in. We actually have, we have a woman that comes on Saturdays for our free swim lessons on Saturday mornings. And somebody asked her why she came, and it turns out her husband had passed on. He drowned. He drowned trying to save his child. So that's it's really important for adults to know how to swim too. Our focus is more and more on safety too.
Each location is equipped with at least 6 to 10 instructors based on the number of persons signed up. Eastwood provided information on where persons can sign up.
The reason we have you sign up is that way you're guaranteed a swim lesson, and that way I can manage to how many swim instructors I have at each beach. Like if you showed up with your camp of 30 kids, I wouldn't have enough instructors, and some camps are coming. So if you're running a camp during the July 12th to the 16th, I invite you to call me. Sign up at getgrenadaswimming.com. I'll say that again, www.getgrenadaswimming.com, and you choose a 9 a.m., a 10 a.m., or 11 a.m. class. So all the classes this time are in the morning.
All lessons comes at no cost to swimmers. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Such a great initiative. Everyone should go. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. On Wednesday, Parliament is expected to take a bill through the first stages that could lead to the cancellation of the annual second Monday and Tuesday Carnival holidays. However, over the weekend, there were many displays of Carnival-like parades in many villages across the island. Online audience give their opinions. Cleveland commented, "Okay, I think we are cautious enough to uphold our protocols and play a safe mass so we can end our state of emergency now." Ronald commented, "If only we used our unity to better our generation and country instead of satisfying foolish desires." Wendy Ann had a different point of view. She commented, "Masks have to play. Too much stress and pressure on people. They need to free up. COVID-19, vaccine talk, plus the NMP government, too much, man." Farhad commented, "Everyone should do a similar thing every week in their parish. This is good that the youth did not lose their tradition around this time of year." He then added, "The tradition must continue. The majority is youth, and when they get old, they would say COVID-19 did not stop them from playing a mass. Glad to see the youth are having a good time and are guided by a few adults." Donna wrote, "Playing mass with a mask, like we forget the H1N1. And we still had Carnival when people all over the world was dying. So what? Relax. Elsa didn't teach you all to stop playing politics with what someone wants to do with their lives?" And Arlene commented, "Lord have mercy on Grenada. What are we teaching our young people? Disobedience and lawlessness. COVID-19 has no friend." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's GBN ISAW submission was submitted by Mrs. Dale Francois, the proud mother of Jaquani, the bold preschooler of Kelly's Pre-Primary School. She wanted to share her son's encounter with former Sokomona King Otis and his team of Nawasa men replacing a broken pipe that connects to the school. She said after picking up Jaquani from the school, there was one of his favorite equipment, the backhoe. And guess what? He was asked by Otis if he wanted a ride. And with all excitement, there was Jaquani, the bold 4-year-old of Kelly's Pre-Primary School, doing one of the things he loves best. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
One of the best experiences in the world. Stay with us. Weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride,
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vic Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatrogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Claritin. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Weather is expected to be partly cloudy at first, becoming cloudy with light to moderate early morning showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. Tides are low at 7 minutes past 6 and high at 25 past 11 tonight. On Tuesday, sun will rise at 12 minutes to 6. Weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers and possible isolated thunder showers. On Wednesday, partly cloudy with light to moderate showers possible. And on Thursday, partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times with light afternoon showers. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. For
Former Olympic gold medalist Grenada's Kirani James held off Trinidad's Dion Lendor to win the Wanda Stockholm Diamond League on Sunday. Kirani ran a time of 44.63 seconds to beat Lendor 44.73 seconds to the finish line. James, who recently recovered from Graves' disease, will be representing Grenada once more at the Summer Olympics. Here's a recap of the race.
Away first time, Kirani James gets out pretty well already, a little bit up on Isaac McQuarrie. And that's perhaps a little bit of a surprise. McQuarrie started slowly there. London moving well out in lane 7, as is Lendore out in lane 8. But it's Kirani James who's set his stall out through this first 200 metres and has taken a fair bit of distance out of Norwood and indeed McQuarrie. McQuarrie, though, really got to try and get himself moving here. So Kirani James now knows that McQuarrie's starting to fight back, and we've got a real scrap on here into the home straight. Lendore going well out in lane 8 as well, closest to the crowd. He's maybe just got a half a metre on the others as Kirani James starts to tire, and right over on the far side it's Bonavecchia trying to get through, but he's got to hang on just. Kirani James 44.63. Well, all 5 men there must be under 45 seconds, and James looked as though he was going to falter in the last 50 when the challengers were coming all around him, and then managed just to strengthen it out. And that's interesting for me, Tim, because he's been missing for 4 or 5 weeks. We know he had all the problems with Graves' disease for a couple of years. He said he's got that under control now. Good to see him come back and win, and winning well.
Grenada's lone FIFA referee, Rion Radix, over the weekend officiated in a CONCACAF Gold Cup qualifiers between Guadeloupe and the Bahamas. The game, which forms part of final qualifications matches for the CONCACAF Gold Cup, ended in a 2-0 victory for Guadeloupe. Head of the GFA Referees Committee, Alan James, says Radix is a hard-working individual and he expects him to one day secure selection for a FIFA World Cup final tournament. Radix had been performing exemplary during his recent appointments and is cited as one of this region's best match officials. Stephanie Taylor gave one of the greatest performances in the history of women's 2020 cricket as she piloted West Indies women's to a huge victory over Pakistan women in the 3rd CG Insurance T20I on Sunday. The inspirational captain was sensational, with the ball taking a hat-trick in the final over to end with 4 for 17 as Pakistan made 102.
Well, honestly, I wasn't thinking wicket, to be honest. Like, we know that we had to, runs was more on the forefront, and trying to restrict them with not getting like 115, because I know that wicket coming down would be kind of hard to bat on. So as much runs we could keep them less to, then we would have a good chase.
She then top scored with 43 not out as the home team strolled to 106 for 4 off 19.1 overs to make it 3 wins in a row and make a clean sweep of the series.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say panic, but yeah, I know that today is a day that I had to step up. The first 2 games didn't go as how I would like, and I just thought that the wicket today was try to get yourself in. Once you're in, you know that you could go big, and I think that was my plan for today.
Taylor became the 2nd West Indian woman to take a hat-trick at international level.
It feels good, to be honest. We know that we've been out of touch, lost in England, but it's a good feeling to actually, come back and win, and to win 3-0. We haven't done that in a long time, and a series win to top it off too. So this is a great confidence booster going into the 50 over. So hopefully we could have a 5-0 in that.
The previous hat-trick for West Indies was by Anissa Mohammed against South Africa in 2018. Mohammed also bowled well to end with impressive figures of 3 for 24 off her 4 overs. Moving on to netball, the Netball Grenada Jamboree 2021 climaxed on Saturday with a shootout competition and all-star game. A total of 22 persons from the 11 teams which competed in this year's tournament took part in the shootout competition. They had to shoot 20 shots from various angles of the shooting circle. First place went to Liebert Alexander with 16 shots from 20. Second place, Selena Brown, 15 from 20, while third place was won by Sharon Jeremiah, 13 from 20. The winners of the A and B divisions were also awarded. Sprang's QPR captured first place in both divisions, while second and third went to Grenville Bulldogs and Top Strikers respectively. Fun City Guelph and JW Fletcher took second and third in the B division. The male division was won by Jet Setters. The curtain closed down on Saturday with an all-star game between the female and the male nationals. This game was won by the male nationals 41-34. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. Hurricane Elsa on Friday caused widespread damage throughout St. Lucia, resulting in a nationwide blackout and an interruption in the water supply. The system also ripped off rooftops and snapped trees and utility poles. Prime Minister Alan Chastany announced that the hurricane claimed one life.
Sadly, I do have to report that there has been one fatality. A gentleman in Fort St. Jacques perished in his home. This is not the first time that this has happened at Fort St. Jacques, and so my sympathies go out to his family, and also I want to say my support to the community, and hopefully they're not overly concerned about their own safety, but I know that the district rep will be moving very quickly with the Sufor Development Foundation and the council to make sure that he's there to give all of you the assurances you need.
He urged St. Lucians to be prepared for what might be a very active hurricane season.
We have been advised that there is another storm that's brewing. We still cannot confirm whether it's going to come to St. Lucia, but we must prepare ourselves for that eventuality. So we'll be moving very quickly to get the country cleaned.
Meanwhile, in Belize, the Minister of Health claims the country's health sector is ready to take on the impact of all variants of COVID-19. This as he was asked by press of the possibility of highly transmissible COVID-19 variants hitting under-resourced and understaffed health sectors very hard and adding pressure for Belize's health sector.
We have had the experience over the past few months dealing with this virus since we came into government, and our health systems, our hospitals are prepared. We are ready to combat whichever variant it is we are experiencing right now. Clearly, the solution is getting vaccinated. We cannot overemphasize how important that is. The AstraZeneca vaccine we currently have in country is effective for this variant, if that is in fact the variant we have.
Meanwhile, rescue efforts are underway and 80 people are still missing 2 days after landslides tore through the Japanese seaside city of Atami. We get the details in this report.
Rescuers in Japan on Monday searched for 80 people still missing, 2 days after landslides tore through the Japanese seaside city of Atami. Video footage captured by rescue teams showed an injured woman being carried to safety. One 75-year-old evacuee said the house across from his had been swept away, and the couple that lived there was missing. This is hell, he said. Landslides over the weekend were triggered by torrential downpours, with some areas seeing more rain in one day than the whole of July. Around 130 buildings were affected by the disaster, and the official death toll stands at 3, according to Mayor Sake Sato. He added the number of missing had come down from over 100 earlier Monday morning. City officials have warned residents to remain vigilant, noting threats from soft ground and ongoing weather. The landslides are a reminder of the natural disasters that haunt Japan, where the capital of Tokyo is to host the Summer Olympics beginning this month.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Let's recap the headlines. Agriculture Minister says they are working with stakeholders to resolve fish exporters' concerns. St. Andrew residents calling for the removal of an abandoned truck they consider a death trap. Carriacou garners attention with the discovery of clay pots on the weekend. President of the Poultry Association boasts of an increase in membership. And around the globe, St. Lucia records a death due to Hurricane Elsa. Belize's health minister says they're ready for all COVID-19 variants. And further afield, rescue efforts underway 2 days after major landslides in Japan. In sports, Kirani James holds off competitors to win Diamond League 400 meters on Sunday. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.